All right. Hello, citizens of the Nigelverse. It is Nigel here once again, and this is going to be another story time. So, right off the bat, happy Easter to all who celebrate. If not, that is totally fine. But hopefully you had a nice, relaxing day. Hopefully you got to spend time with friends and family. Even if you didn't, if you just relaxed, if you had something else planned, I hope that went well. And yeah, I just hope you enjoyed your Easter. I am back. Sorry, I've been gone the past few days. I kind of just took a couple days to recharge myself. Also, if I sound sick, that's because I kind of am. Like, I feel like I'm in the beginning stages of coming down with something, which sucks because, as an adult, being sick sucks versus when you're a kid. Because when you're a kid, you get to stay home from school, you don't have to go, you get to lay in bed and watch cartoons, and maybe you'll have the occasional chicken noodle soup or maybe even some tea, but otherwise you're chilling. But as an adult, hell, you still gotta get stuff done, and even when you're sick, the stuff still has to get done. So that kind of sucks. But I am back with a fun story time. This is probably one of my favorite stories ever, and it's probably one of my favorite stories to tell. Every time I tell this story, I just find myself giggling and laughing like a madman. So, buckle up, Buttercup, because this is going to be a fun one. I do have a quick little mini story that I wanted to tell you guys. So, we're going to do that real quick, and then we'll get into the main story. So, this mini story, this happened the other day while I was at the store. I went to the grocery store because I needed groceries, and I actually finished my grocery shopping and I got something to eat. I went to Wegmans and I got myself a sub. So I was eating my sub and I finished and I was putting everything in the trash. All of a sudden, on the other side, this guy walked by me. He walked past me, like, we didn't bump into each other. I was on one side of like the little partition between section of tables as you're like dining in. I don't know if that makes any sense, but there's one set of tables. Oh, and then there's like a partition, like a wall. It usually has like plants and like napkins and stuff like that. And then there's the other side where the rest of the tables are. So we were in between those, so we didn't bump into each other. I didn't look at him, at least not fully, and he didn't really look at me. We kind of just walked past each other. But looking at this dude as I was passing by him, he looked exactly like Angry Video Game Nerd. It was actually pretty funny. He looked exactly like him, but obviously he wasn't, and I just thought that was pretty funny. But now getting into the main story, without further ado, let's get right into it. This story, this main part of the story, that is, this takes place when I was 17. More specifically, this takes place as I was about to get ready for college. Now, what do I mean by that? So I just graduated high school at this time, graduating class of 2018, but I also was enrolled at Buffalo State. At the time, it was Buffalo State College. Now it's Buffalo State University. But I was going to Buff State. And we hadn't fully gone in yet because this was still the summertime. But they had like this program, like this freshman orientation. A, I don't know if they still have this. And B, I don't know if it was actually mandatory. But I went. Pretty much how it worked is like you were able to tour the campus. Uh, we're able to see like all the different buildings, some of the classrooms. You were able to see like the dining area. You even were able to get something to eat. Like they had like vouchers and stuff. And yeah, you were kind of able to really get to experience Buff State. At least a glimpse of what you'll experience once you start going to Buff State. We were even able to stay overnight in the dorms. This was technically a 2-day thing, and so we did just that, and and so we stayed overnight at the dorms. Admittedly, the dorms weren't great, but we were able to stay overnight at the dorms. We got a bunch of like info, got some like pamphlets and stuff like that. So, pretty much like in a way, I guess, an open house, but not really. But that is not what the main story is about. This takes place more so on that first night after all like the activities and everything winded down. So they had like this little party thing, and like they had a party, I guess like your first real college party. And also, it's worth mentioning, I didn't end up staying in the dorms once I went above state. I commuted, but that's neither here nor there. So uh they had this like party thing and going on. It was like a little mini party at the end of the night, and obviously, you woke up for everything else the next day. Hey, and so they had this party going on, and your first college party after so long in high school, where no music is censored, and there's no chaperones, no teachers to really look over you. It's definitely something. And sadly, I don't get invited to parties that often. This is like one of the only parties I went to, and I am kind of glad I did because of what happens later on. But so I was at this party, and I was actually with one of my friends. I would occasionally go onto the dance floor. I wouldn't really dance. I would kind of just chill on the dance floor, kind of watch everybody else dance. I know that's kind of lame, but I don't really dance that often. But then also occasionally I would hang out with my friend who was also mainly off to the side, like off way to the side. Like I would go in and out of being social essentially, and this took place during one of those periods where I decided, let's see what's going on the dance floor. At this time they started playing like the Jamaican dance music, and first of all, shout out to my Jamaicans, love you guys. But also, the thing about a lot of like the Jamaican dances, or like a lot of the like Caribbean dances, is they definitely are very vibrant, very fun. But they also dance pretty aggressively at times, like oftentimes a lot of aggressive humping and stuff like that. It's like you've probably seen them on like YouTube and stuff like that, or if you've been to that type of party. And and that's exactly what happened. They started dancing pretty aggressively, which hey, nothing wrong with that. To each their own. But that's not really my type of hype. But it eventually culminates. This guy was dancing with this girl, and they were doing like the dances and everything. When all of a sudden, this guy grabs this girl. Look, I'm sorry, I'm laughing already. Yeah, but I'm gonna try to get through without laughing. This guy grabs this girl, lifts her up, and straight up power bombs her. And I'm not talking like a regular power bomb that was like a play move, like when you play wrestle. I'm talking he straight up Batista bombed her. Like, hey, it was one of the craziest things. And I remember sitting there watching this, being like, what the hell just happened? Because I had no idea what just happened. It was absolute insanity. I had never seen something like that before. Like, the closest was at, I think, my senior prom, when the DJ, for whatever reason, started playing Knuck If You Buck, and some of my other classmates who were also dancing started kind of like play fighting and everything, and things got a little rough, and I got shoved to the ground, and they hurried up and broke that up. But to my knowledge, I don't remember exactly, because as it felt like kind of a blur. I don't remember if anyone broke this up, but it was one of the most insane things like I had ever seen. And the parties kept going after that. They didn't stop for anything. And they didn't stop the party. They didn't stop the music or anything. They kept going, and it was just like, oh, that happened. Anyway, so it was like it was. Oh, it was definitely something. I wonder if she's okay. I hope the girl was okay. But like I said, not my type of dancing. I know it. I'm sure he didn't necessarily mean to like hurt her or injure her or anything. It's just really crazy that I saw that during a party. But yeah, parties can get a little crazy at times, which is why I guess I'm not invited to too many of them. But yeah, so that was one of the most interesting things I had seen at a party, and And yeah, of the parties I do go to, which sadly isn't a lot, I haven't seen anything quite as crazy as that. But I, but I definitely like. I could get straight up memory wand erased by the Men in Black like 10 seconds from now, and I will still remember that forever. But, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for this story time. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please do me a favor, like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, and turn on those post notifications so you know every single time I upload a video so you never miss an upload. And let me know in the comment section below, have you seen something like this at a party, and what are your party experiences? I'm sure you guys probably have some crazier ones, but let me know what they are in the comments. But in the meantime, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you guys later. Peace.